Hi, Church. Pastor Jeff here with another Trinity check-in. I want to share something unique with you today. It's something unlike I've seen in any other community, and that is the Lincoln Bike Kitchen. Now, the Lincoln Bike Kitchen is not a Trinity ministry, but you know what? The whole world shouldn't be run by the church. The church's job is to form people who go out and do good things, and the Lincoln Bike Kitchen is an example. Clayton Strike, who has attended Trinity for quite a long time, is one of the big participants in the Lincoln Bike Kitchen, and he invited us out for a tour. I think, oh gosh, a bunch of you signed up. We had like 20 or 25 out there, I believe. It was something like that. We went out. Now, I took my camera. I did video as best I could. You all know I love doing video of things. Unfortunately, the audio did not come out very well for most of it, so I'm going to tell you about it in my voice and show you the pictures, and then at the end, we'll hear a few words from Clayton and Sherry Wise Shanks, the executive director, too. So, what the Lincoln Bike Kitchen does is it provides bikes and bike repairs to the community with a special focus on those who need transportation to get to work or school. Now, you might think to yourself, especially if you live a life as sheltered as my own has always been, well, how many people use bikes to get to work or school? Well, the answer is quite a few. And in fact, this thing's become huge, and the need just keeps proving itself even bigger still. Let me show you what this is. They recently got a new location. It's in the former pool house, I think they said it was. I haven't been around Lincoln quite long enough to know all of that history, but they even built an annex out back. So when bikes come in and are donated, the first thing they do is assess it to see if it can be repaired to be given away, or if it's better to scrap it for parts. And so they've got people who come in and work specifically as scrappers. You can see just how many bicycles there are that come in. But the scrappers take the ones that are not salvageable and take the parts off of it, the various pedals and wheels and whatnot, and whatever can be saved. And at that point, the bikes then go inside to the workshop. Now, if I understand it correctly, they've got kind of a fascinating system of organization where they tag it, and one person goes over the bike, repairs it up, gets it as good as they can be. However, they never let it be just one set of eyes. They put a different tag on it so somebody else can take a look at it and make sure that it is truly in good shape before it goes out. And I'll tell you, the people working there, I got to speak with a few of them as I was going through. They're good people. They know that they're doing good for the community, and that the small amount of work they do to make these bikes solid are going to go much further than you would think. There's going to be an outsized amount of good done by the work that they put in. And so they get these bikes fixed up, and then they go into another elaborate system of sorting and tagging and whatnot, where they'll eventually be given to somebody who needs it. And it's fascinating to watch them do it. It's inspiring to talk to the people that are there. And when you start seeing just the sheer number of bikes that they go through, you're going to hear a little bit in the audio that I do have for you in a minute. It's just, it is utterly amazing the amount of good that they're doing. And I'll tell you, talking to the people who volunteer there, it's clearly good for them too. So I'm going to close this video here by letting you hear straight from Clayton himself, and he's going to share some of what you can do if you want to help, or if you'd like to be part of it, or perhaps better still, or just as good, if you have a bicycle that you're not using anymore, or know of somebody who does. He'll give you some instructions on what you can do so that can be a part of it. And then a few words from Sherry Wise Shanks as well, their executive director that they've hired now, who will give you a part of their vision for the future of what the Bike Kitchen is growing into. It is truly impressive, and even though it's not, a ministry of the church, a Christian ministry, or whatever kind of language you want to use, it is very much building God's kingdom in the world. And I'm glad that Clayton invited us, and I'm glad to share it with you all too. I'll let them finish up.
So, yeah, what can you do to help? I'm sure somebody here has a bike hanging in their garage that you've outgrown, or you're like me and about ready to be done biking. A lot of our bikes are from people who either their kids outgrew them. The bike stores help us out a lot, like the Trek store on 33rd. They have a trade-in. So if you buy your kid a bike in the 3rd grade and he outgrows it, you take it back and trade it in. That's just a sales deal. They don't want the bike, they give them all to us. So he's saving kids' bikes for us. And then he went one better, and he says he'll give a $20 gift card to anybody that'll bring a kid's bike in that he can donate to us. So that helps out a ton. So one thing you could do is check out your garage. If you want any bikes, if they're adult bikes, we want them, but we're in no hurry because you see how many we have out there. Plus we have another storage place with ones from the TV station. Kids' bikes will be going through faster. So if you got kids' bikes, we could use those a lot quicker now that school has started. So in addition to donating bikes, some people, if you're thinking of volunteering, you talk to Sherry and she'll give you the orientation, which you kind of pretty much just got, but then she'll talk to you about the different things we need. Like obviously we need mechanics. A lot of people want to be mechanics. A lot of people do not like getting bicycle grease on their hands.
There's so we need many things to do.
Catherine here. Catherine here is, she's one of our bike taggers that know how to do everything in this room. So there's a lot of jobs that don't need wrenches. Some people just want to come and do deliveries. They'll come in and see if there's somebody that needed a bike that had to have it delivered, they'll come in and see, I know there's a couple of teachers that come in one day a week and see, well, can we help deliver bikes? Then you would contact the person and say, I'm bringing your bike, where do we meet, how do you get rid of it? That's another thing you can do like that.
I can add on something to everything that you've said, Clayton. So we have gone from our small location in basically a commercial garage with no heat and air.
And no light.
And no light, yeah, to this wonderful facility. And so where do we go next? And so we are just finishing up our strategic plan for the next 3 years. And one of the things that I always talk about is the Bike Kitchen is located at 308 South 21st Street. So a lot of our programs right now require people from the community to come to this building, and not everyone can come to this building. And so my husband and I were at a gravel event in Fort Collins this July, and there was a vendor there, an organization there called Adaptive Cycling Adventures. And what these folks do is they have, this particular one was a 30-foot trailer that they pull. They've got 8 trailers in their organization. They help a lot of veterans, but they provide outdoor experiences for athletes with disabilities. And so they invited people to go through their trailer. And this trailer was absolutely stunning. And I took tons of pictures because I could see us being able to use something like this to take out to the community. And that trailer that they have held about 100 bicycles, and it was outfitted on the inside with just basically E-Track, which is what is common in trucking companies. And the front of the trailer all had cabinetry for tools and things like that. And so they're out of Westminster, Colorado. Next time I go to see my son in Longmont, I'm going to swing down there and check them out. But I see us doing something similar where we can go out to the community, pick up bikes, but also possibly have repair nights at a school. So somebody with a flat tire or a bike problem doesn't have to come down on our chaotic Monday nights. And that, of course, is a visionary because we right now are just struggling with the seat of our pants to keep up with the demand right now. We're going to end up this year probably around 2,400 bikes distributed. Last year was 1,600. So that tells you our rapid growth. But that also requires us to train mechanics, and that's not a quick and fast thing. It requires us to bring more people in to help with everything that we're doing. And of course, parts and helmets and locks and the things that it requires to go from 1,600 to 2,400 in just a year's time. And so those are part of our, in addition to storage, we got storage.
That's what happens when you
bikes from every hook.
Hire an executive director. You think you're getting help, and she comes up with a lot more work.
So that's something that that we're looking forward to doing. We cannot accomplish that right now, but 3 years ago I helped them do their strategic plan, and in that strategic plan was this building and the position for an executive director. And look at us, here we are.